Communication during a health crisis saves lives if it's accessible. For 1 in 20 Americans who are hearing impaired or functionally deaf, that surgical mask could actually do more harm than good. And with more than 19 million in this country, communicating in English isn't going to help either.
For most of the deaf people who depend on American Sign Language for communication, we must see facial expressions and signs expressed through hands. When doctors and nurses wear a mask, some of our communication access is deprived. Hard to understand what is being said. For those deaf people who depend on lip reading only, that's worse though.
Compromised communication for any of us raises the risk for all of us. In healthcare, we need to make sure we're sharing information effectively and accessibly.
These 4 access tips will help ensure the message gets through. Ask what language the patient uses. Clear masks can be helpful for patients and family members who are deaf or hard of hearing. They're also helpful in reducing anxiety for children who are hospitalized, and they're FDA approved. Communicate with apps on your phone or by writing back and forth if necessary. Use voice-to-text programs. Just make sure you've got one of the language translation programs on an accessible smartphone. There are easy-to-use conversation mode options that are voice-activated, so you won't have to hand the phone back and forth. Explain things clearly and in context. I'm the nurse. We're going to test you for coronavirus and answer all your questions. Say things more than one way. Instead of just, how do you feel? Ask, where are you sick? Sign language is the primary language for 5 million Americans, and sign language interpreters must be provided per the Americans with Disabilities Act. All healthcare establishments are required to comply with this for deaf or hearing impaired patients who request it. Know the resources in your area so you're ready.
We're living in an age of a pandemic. It's never been more important to make sure the efforts we're making to keep people safe and well are well heard, well seen, and well understood.